Well, good morning. I'm here by myself this morning. Roy is out. If all goes as planned, well, I'll talk about this when we get some people on. So once we get some people on here, we will go through some things. But until then, we'll chill out. So we're just chilling out here. Just sitting here looking. Maybe we get somebody in the stream today. Maybe we don't. I need to go to, sorry. Just sitting here waiting. All right, stock check. I was working there now. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get it over here on the Facebook. I don't know if this is right or not. We shall see. Nobody here. So if we don't have anybody in the next 30 minutes or so, we will log out of this bad boy. Let's get the right one. Well, booger bear. It is not letting me do anything. So we got a problem. We'll figure it out. Could I share it? Anybody that's coming back watching the stream later, we are going to wait for a break of zone. No in between. Let's see. Oh, you got 1,068 orders sitting at 6087. Lord have mercy. And there's a lot sitting there for the open this morning. Let's see if this thing popped in right. Well, that was me logging in to make sure it worked. That worked. So we're just sitting here waiting for something to happen. What we're doing, we got somebody joined in. Welcome, whoever you are. Roy is not here this morning. He was wrong on his timing on his appointment he had to go to. So it was actually 8 o'clock. So he is not going to be here this morning. We are going to look at hopefully doing an FOMC stream this afternoon. So I can go and tell you I will not be trading any accounts this afternoon that's worth anything. No XFAs, no combines. I will trade the practice account just so we can look and see how it reacts. But I don't trade FOMC. It's just not worth it for me. So it's too dangerous, risking too much for. Yeah, can you make a lot of money on FOMC day? Absolutely, but is it worth it in my opinion? I don't think so. So I like to sit back, watch, and that's about it. Sometimes I don't even watch it, but today we will watch it. We will do a live stream as long as Roy's back. I think he said he should be back in plenty of time to do it, so we shouldn't have an issue. Everybody that left off yesterday, we passed 2 combines, so we got 2 new Express accounts, and then it's showing we only have 2 combines. Top Step's having an issue this morning with showing accounts closing that are not actually closed. So hopefully this updates at some point today, but we do have 3 combines. Right now we can trade 2 of them. Hopefully we can trade 3 when it's time, but who knows? We will do what we got to do. So we're just sitting here waiting. We got 30 seconds till open. 30 seconds till open. I am checking some stuff out on the Top Step side to see if I can find out what the deal with this thing is. Why it's only showing me 2 combines, if that third one where it went. A little frustrating, but this is what happens when you deal with stuff. We are open. So let's zoom in a little bit, watch this. Like I said, we're not trading anything till we get a break or one way or the other. All right, let's see here. 1, 2. Yep, it is showing a combine as closed that is not closed. I don't get it, but actually, I don't know what it's doing. The whole combine is completely gone now. $2810278. Yeah. Okay. So that account, I don't know. I think it did the wrong one. Be okay. We will figure it out. That one shows pass. Yeah, I think it just passed the wrong one is what it did. This is interesting. They might take that one back. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But anyway, we're sitting here waiting. We got a drawdown. MOO imbalance opened up with the S&P 500 negative 14 million. NASDAQ was negative 42 million. Dow was plus 3. Max 7 was minus 11. Let's go back to here on the 10-minute chart. It did make a candle by candle to the upside and right before open, but I don't like taking that before open. So we're going to sit here and wait and not do anything. So let me get Tide updated here so we can see what Tide is doing. It's still too early to tell, but it is opening up green. But, you know, this changes really quickly. So we're going to wait. You got CBD is at 4,700. So it's weird. It kind of got down and got back up overnight on this move up. Went down, back up. So we're going to wait and see what we get here. Here's our opening range. You can see this is the top. We don't like to go back really before 4 a.m. So we're going to go from here to here. And then we'll wait for a retest and then confirmation. So once we get a break. Looks like it's wanting a break to the downside. It is drilling down. We'll see. This is a pretty decent open. The volume is not a ton yet. So let's see. And volume might be lower this morning. There's people waiting for it. Probably saw on this move yesterday. Probably saw some shorts cover yesterday, I'm assuming. Could see some more this morning. FOMC, this is a big day, so be careful whatever you do today. Don't do it. We got the interest rate decision comes out at 1, and of course we got the press conference at 1:30, and hopefully we're here at 1:30 for the press conference. We're going to try to stream that live and actually watch it together while Jay Powell is giving his comment. So it should be interesting. I want to hear what he has to say. This is the first FOMC since Trump's been elected with the new administration. So Trump's already putting some pressure on Jay Powell to cut rates. So I got a feeling he's probably going to get a lot of questions. If I was a betting man, I would say that's the case. But we're going to wait and see what happens. Oh, the date is right now on the thumbnail. So it was showing wrong. I can delete this. Well, maybe you can delete it. I'll just hide it out of the way. How about that? Sitting here waiting for some kind of break. So we yesterday was actually after we closed. So we had the opening range. We're going to look at it just so everybody can kind of get an idea of how it traded out. So let's draw this opening range out from yesterday. Well, not open range, just range we were in. So I did take a short here that kind of messed me up. So I took it in the wrong spot. Got out. Didn't make what I should have made off of it. Actually, I think it was. Yep, that's right. Got the breakdown. Missed that. Actually, I took a short, I think, here. Stopped me out. Small loss. Wasn't anything crazy. Was able to regroup and get it back. Made 1,505 combines yesterday. Came back, tested. I took a long off here. Took my profits back out here. So we had a green trade. We waited for this break back up. Then it retested this 8 here. Got back in, popped it back up. This would have been anything else, I might would have held a little bit longer, but we did get lower closes here. So I probably would have stopped it out here anyway. But we did get the 1,500 in those accounts. But you can see how this strategy works out. It worked out really well. So we just got to be patient and wait for this move. Can't rush trades. This is the biggest thing. If anybody's followed me for the slightest bit, you know that I tend to rush trades sometimes. That's my biggest pet peeve. And it comes from, I'm going to tell you what it comes from. It comes from FOMO. So you see the move, you miss the move. You start panicking like, oh my gosh, I got to catch up. I got to get this back. I got to do this, got to do that. And that's a horrible mindset to get into. So me personally, I'm trying to break that mindset. I am working on being patient, waiting for the move that I need to see, and then we'll go from there. So that is where we're at. I'm interested to see what they do here. They might mess this up because they actually approved the wrong account and let me pay for it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. We're waiting on the response back. I was talking to Top Step Support. I give them credit. I was talking to them last night. I see a lot of people complaining, but it was after hours and they were still working and they were still communicating with me on what they were doing behind the scenes. So I really appreciate that part from them. That means a lot. I can honestly tell you that a lot of pot firms, a lot of other companies won't do that. So they knew they had an issue. So I'm assuming they stayed late and worked on things. So, so Tide started out green volume. It is back at the zero line. Looks like it's fixing to turn red. And then put premiums are spiking like crazy so far this morning. So they are definitely in control. Volume was very weak. We had 30,000. I think we had 90,000 volume yesterday, and you got 30,000, so a third of the volume today that you had yesterday. That's kind of expected with FOMC later this afternoon, so you should see a lot of this volume come in during the press conference or during the announcement and the press conference. So that's what we're going to wait on the practice account. Like I said, we're not going to trade any combines or any XFAs during that time frame. That's just, there's no need in it. In my opinion, if you want to trade it, be super careful and keep your stops closed because, I mean, it can still stop you out and go in your direction, but man, this thing can run and it can make some major moves during the press conference. We've seen that in the past. So the best thing to do probably is just to get in a range, get in a trend, try to ride that trend as long as you can, and then go from there. So not wanting to break down this range here. I've got a feeling we might break down here soon. You got orders sitting. Ooh, we just had 1,000 orders pop back in again, right below it, 60.77. Those 1,000 orders were in there pre-market, up around 80 or so. So this is interesting where they popped them in this time. That's 1,000. I mean, if you add all those up right there, you've got 1,600 orders sitting there. That's a lot of orders. So waiting patiently. This is, like I said, this is my biggest advice I have right here is being patient. So not worried about it. We'll wait and see what happens. Wait and see what happens. So we got one person in with us today. Good morning. Good morning, whoever you are. Thank you for being here. We'll have a few more people that'll watch later on after we tend to get more of our views, people watching after the live, just watching the replay of it. Oh, look, it's going to reject the 8 there. Okay. If you do play the EMAs, that's wasn't a bad little entry spot there, possibly. For me, like I said, we're waiting on this break of the range we're in from about 6 this morning to 7:30 or so this morning. So we got about an hour and a half of the range was set. You could actually go back a little more, but like I said, we don't like to go back more than 4 o'clock. That's when the market opens up, the general market opens up. So you see more volume usually come in here. You saw a good bit of volume last night. I'm assuming, was there some kind of news? Something was going on last night, so that's where we're at. Welcome. We got another viewer popped in. Welcome. We no trades yet. Top Step is having some issues with their platform, their dashboard not updating correctly. So just realize that if you are in there, they are working on some things. They got some of mine fixed, but not all of it. We were missing one combine, but it's all right. We passed 2 XFAs yesterday and honestly, we might not even trade them today. We are trying to be careful with them this time and not screw these up. So patience is key. I went back and showed Roy yesterday the moves that we had after hours. I showed you guys earlier this morning. Whoa, big drop down. I don't see. Waiting for zone, waiting for a flush. Yeah, looking for a flush. Yeah, I think we might get one. What I'm doing, I'm waiting for this this candle to close. If it closes below this zone I'm in here, I'll look for a retest, and then if it shows that it's going to move off that zone, I will take a short off of it. We are below the 50, so anybody that's followed me knows if you're below the 50, you look for a short. If you're above the 50, you look for a long. So we've got, roughly 2.5 minutes left on there. This 10-minute chart is ugly, though. I mean, it looks about as bad as this 5-minute chart. So zone, I know, wait for zone. I know you play NQ. I haven't looked at it this morning. Let me glance over it real quick. Whew. I had a beautiful candle by candle to the downside on that. Man, it looked great. So we're going to be patient here. We're waiting. We'll see if we can get this closed down below the zone that we're looking for. Zone said he's out of his shorts. Good job. Congratulations. Hope you banked off of it. Well, that 8 play ended up looking really good there, didn't it, folks? If you play the EMAs on the ES. I'm not going to talk nonstop, so you will see me sitting here sometimes. Roy had an appointment. He was wrong on the timing of it, so he actually had to leave at 8. So he actually left before the stream started. Thanks to him for actually setting the stream up, setting the thumbnail up and stuff before. I appreciate that. Before he got out of here, I did speak to him a little bit this morning. And like I said, we are hoping to do a live stream this afternoon for the FOMC press conference. Should be fun. Should be fun. I want to see the questions that are asked of Jay Powell. I'm sure he is going to get blown up with Trump questions and stuff. And should make for an interesting press conference from him this afternoon. I'm sure he is looking forward to it. Now, see, if you're a federal worker and they required you to come back into office, if you choose not to, you have 7 months, looks like, that you can continue to work remotely, but you have to put your resignation in and have a date on it. So within that 7-month time frame. So I guess that gives you 7 months to find a job. It's interesting times we're in right now. All right, we got the close below. CBD's kind of popping back up a little bit. Put premiums are just insane on Tide. Let's make sure that's accurate. Yeah, it's just insane. So now what I want to do, I would love to see a retest back up here at the 79 level. I don't know if we can get it or not. We could go a little higher. You got orders sitting at 83.25, a couple hundred orders. The BOC rate decision actual is 3%, so it's forecast 3%. They did a 0.25 rate drop. Well, here you go. This is what I was talking about. We could come back up to 83 or so. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. If we start to reject back down, we will take a short, but we're not in a hurry right now. This is kind of what got us yesterday by not being patient. So we're being patient. This is an XFA, so a combine. So it's not as, I'm not doing just one on it like I normally would with an XFA. Put premiums are going back up. You've got the 10-minute chart's giving an ugly wick if you do want to take a short here. I don't like that wick, but it could. You still got 3.5 minutes on this candle, so we'll see what happens. But right now, no trades yet. We're still just sitting here waiting. Could be if we reject get back up to the 8 and reject, that could be a really good spot to push it back down to lower day possibly. And if we get a lower day break, we could definitely get a runner. We're ready to take our short though if it looks like this is going to turn back down. CVD is kind of popping up to 1800. It got all the way down to 900 and kind of moving back up. Kind of moving back down some now. So kind of just all over the place, to be honest with you. That's the perfect. We're going to take this if it'll fill. That was the perfect candle by candle to the downside. I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Oh, there we go. You can see what would pass this combine. I'll actually put this up at right above the 8. So if we get a flush back down, oh man, we got all kinds of news with the BOC forecast not taking into account for the potential effect of U.S. tariffs. Yeah, it's not getting the flush back down that I wanted to get off. I will see though. It did not like the 8, so it rejected the 8, but that does not mean that we're out of the woods yet on this trade. We are giving a little bit of room to play with here. I mean, if it pops up and gets us, it pops up and gets us, right? But the move so far has to be short. Canada says the global tariff war with the U.S. could cut Canadian GDP by 2.5% points in the first year, then another 1.5% points in the second year. Bank of Canada, they are Canada's in a precarious situation here. Interesting to see if the tariffs are levied against them or not. One thing about Trump, he is not scared to mention the word tariff. He throws it around pretty loosely. I don't know if I like that or I don't like that yet. Put premiums are kind of climbing back up. The put volume or the volume overall has turned red. It's going more negative to the downside. Call premiums did kind of trend up a little bit. CVD's holding 1700 to 1800. It did drop negative this morning, but it recouped. Actually, not only recoup, it got a lot and came back down and opened and came back. So we'll see. I'm liking this trade. We got to break. If we can break this low a day here, let's zoom out and see where this level is. That's actually a really good spot for that. That take profit there. I don't hate that at all. You could actually see probably 66, which if you look, you got orders right on top of that pretty much. So right now we are 400, 600 bucks up on this trade. So watching this, if this take profit hits, that would get us our pass 2 more, and then we'd have to go back to Top Step and try to figure out what happened to my lost combine. Could not break it down there, so it is popping back up a little bit. This trade could turn red. We're not going to move it much. We're going to leave it right here and let it play out. Call premiums are trending up just the slightest ever bit. Put premiums, I mean, it's the slightest tick to the downside. It's not even much, but the volume is still going negative. CVD is this move back up. It's still just 1800. It's not really moving. So we could get a test of the 8, and if it rejects again, that could be our flush down that we're looking for. If this was not combines, I'm gonna tell you when we got to 600 bucks, we would have took the profit. So we're gonna let this play out a little more and see what happens. It is getting a move back up. Your 50's moving down, your 200's moving down, your VWAP's moving down. Of course, your Shorter time frame EMAs, of course, they're moving down because we had this big flush down. They popped up and popped back down. So everything is saying that the short is still a good play. But we're going to sit here and wait and see what happens with it, because kind of it's testing the 8. Let's see if it can reject the 8 again. If you can reject it again, it could be the move we're looking for. Only thing I don't like is these candles. This next candle made a higher high, and this candle made a higher high. I mean, a higher low. So I don't like that. Call premiums are kind of trending on the upside. They just turned back down. Put premiums just turned back up. Volume is still going negative. CVD's got up to 2,000. We're watching it. The candle by candle to the downside. I mean, it did play out, so there is that. We just didn't take the profit down there. And you see these moves a lot. So we tend to get a move and a fake out. Hopefully that first opening move was not the fake out. But you're getting a lot of news coming out of Canada right now that is affecting everything that we trade. So you definitely have to be careful here. This trade could turn and hit our stop loss. Just as quick as I said, everything was turning on tide. Everything just kind of reversed. So it did break above the 8. The 13 is holding. So we got the reason we have our stop here is because if the 21 breaks, that's going to take us out. And you look, that's actually a level. Support resistance level. We probably could move it up a tad bit, but I don't want to risk a full $1,000 on it. So if it takes me out, we'll play it by ear and look for another entry. This could be a deja vu the other day where we saw green, didn't take green. Nice move back down off the 21 here, though. So if we can get this rejection down, we definitely could see a nice move down. Break back below the 8 here. So this trade has gone back to green again. If we can get the break, we need 76 and 75 and 74.50. So you can see what we're looking at, what we need to break down in order for this trade to play out and get us what we want out of it. It's popping back up here, though. So back up to the 13. We're going to go back and test the 21 again. CVD has come all the way back to 1,700. 1,600. CVD's dropping here, so we could get a nice flush. Only problem is your put premiums are dropping pretty decent here that we're watching. And if the candle closes up here, about above 84, the 10-minute chart is going to give us a candle by candle upside. It did not. Actually, we got 4.5 minutes left in this candle. This is a fresh candle, so that would be no bueno if that happens. CVD 17 back to 1,800 again on this little move back up. Back to 17. Just kind of moving back and forth with the order, so it's nothing. You can tell you don't have a ton of volume coming in with it, so your CVD is not going crazy because CVD is cumulative volume delta, and that's the amount of orders that are sitting there, negative or positive. Negative is always to the downside. We're looking for positive the put side. This is a pretty decent candle here for a short. See if we can break down. We need to break back below. We need to close back below this this range we got drawn out here. And then, of course, we need to break down to make a lower low at 74.50. So 74.50 break is what we're looking for. Came at 8:40. We got it open. We'll see what happens here. We're letting it play out. Your put premium still coming down. Your volume still negative. It's kind of a slight uptick. CVD still holding 1,700. So no changes really in anything except your put and call premium are both trending down a slight bit. So this is where we're at. We're waiting on this move. Hopefully it gets it down. If it doesn't, well, we'll regroup and replan for the day. Should have took I'm gonna be honest with you, should have took the profit the first time and then came back and waited for another entry. But we got a little greedy on it, thought we was gonna get the move all the way down. It is what it is. This is part of the game we play every day. It's gonna test the 21 again. Now this 10-minute candle that was looking really good, then looking really bad, is looking really good again for the long side. So if it closes here, we got 2 minutes 40 seconds left. If it closes up here though, it is going to show a candle by candle to the upside, which would not be a good. These 10-minute candle by candles have been playing out. There's a 21. It's going to pop up and take us out here. It looks like everybody knows we typically don't get that close to a stop loss and then not take the stop loss. So we're just a few ticks away from that hitting. Put premium just died. Oh, well, it turned back up here. So turn sideways, not really up. We will not go the full to 10 o'clock this morning. Being that I'm here by myself and I just don't like talking nonstop, but we are going to sit here at least probably another 30 minutes to about 9:30. Well, I say it won't be 10. Heck, we might make 10. I don't know. Depending on how this trade plays out. If this trade is negative, if we end up losing this trade, we might just call it a day, to be honest with you. We'll see. So your volume on your overall volume on Tide is going back down. So that's a positive for this. Your put premium is actually turned back up. That's a positive for this trade. Your call premiums turned down. That's a positive. CVD still holding back to 1800 again. So we need that CVD to start dropping. So that shows the pressure's coming in on the short side. So let's see if we can get another flush down to get this thing profitable. And at this point, we might look at moving the stop. Let's see. Let's see. I'm still waiting it out. It's kind of a, right now, indecision candle. Got 20 seconds or so left in it. And if it plays out here, it will not be a candle by candle to the upside. It's going to be close. We got 10 seconds. Needs to break down back below the 8 here, though, to get a move down. CVD's 1900 now. Like I said, it's just moving with the orders. So over 2000. I don't like that. Is it going to take us out this time on this one? Possibly. It got within a couple ticks so far. The stupid Bank of Canada move. Now you get Bank of England quotes coming out. So you got a lot of moves coming from foreign countries. And it's not all, put premiums just shot way up. So did we get the flush here? Volume just went way negative. We got to get this breakdown here of the 8. It's our first hurdle. Put premiums are going crazy now on the Tide. They're popping like crazy. So hopefully this thing does not stop us out and then immediately turn down, which looks like it might do. And that would be so annoying. Stop us out. Watch this thing turn down now. Of course, your put premium just turned down too. So that was annoying. CVD's gone to 2200. It's an identical play out as yesterday so far. If it goes all the way back up and breaks to the high side, well, it will be exactly like yesterday. We shall see. We'll probably go, if we're not in the trade in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll probably call it a day. Or at least a day on the stream. We'll still wait. If we get a breakout, we can still play the breakouts. We shall see. Call volume's trending up now. Volume is ever so slightly trending up. Volume's not horrible. It looks bad over here, but it's a little, I don't know, about negative 50,000, which is not the worst in the world. Your holdings is showing a different story. Holdings is green volume. Puts and calls both rising. Roy, yes, it's been a frustrating one. I get that. All we can do is adjust and then try to get better, try to make a better trade. That's all we can do. Overall market trend is up big time. Volume is really up. It is call premiums are going way up. Put premiums we're moving up with, they kind of coming down. So if you get a rejection here at VWAP, which it got pretty close, and it's getting a decent rejection here. Like I said, we're not going to do anything. Your Mag 7, you got everything down. Apple and Nvidia. Nvidia's 125. Microsoft down. Google down. Your biggest down one this morning so far, Nvidia's down 2.6%. Apple, which has been really strong, is down 1% this morning. They actually had some news come out last night. Tesla down 1.3%. Meta down 0.8%. That good stuff. You got Meta earnings, IBM, Tesla earnings, Microsoft earnings today, all after hours. Today's a big day, man. Today is a big day overall. Big day overall. Let's go back and look at SPY Tide. Let's see if it's turning. SPY Tide is still ugly. Everything else is showing green and looking halfway decent. So we'll wait. We can see what happens here. We got close to VWAP, rejected back down. Now we're testing the 21. Oh, it's really going to be annoying if this thing flushes all the way down after we got stopped out for a $800 loss. So we're in three lots too. So, we XFAs one lot at a time. And we hadn't even touched an XFA yet. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm probably not going to touch an XFA right now, just because of the volatility that this thing's got going on and the uncertainty we have so far. Unless we get a clear move, I could possibly look at trading them, but I'm not about losing money. We're probably going to go let everybody know, we're probably going to go about 15, 20 more minutes on the stream here. Unless we get some kind of move some way or the other. But I know you guys don't want to sit here and hear me talk about EMAs and VWAP and ranges and with nothing happening out of it. So we are here. That's where we at. Let's see. It's moving, but still not getting that flush down that I was looking for. So, I mean, as of right now, today is setting up a lot like yesterday. You look back, wish I still had that range there, but we had this drop it open, and look, we just trended up the rest of the day. So far, we got this drop at open. Do we trend up the rest of the day? We're breaking above VWAP here. See if that can close. Never got a candle by candle to the upside on the 10-minute, but by gosh, you could have played it like one. The entry was at around 80. So you could have got 10 points off that move so far. All right, so here's what I'm expecting with FOMC today. And like if you wasn't on earlier, myself and Roy, we do plan on streaming FOMC today. I will play around with a practice account, but not any of my XFAs or combines or anything. I don't know. I might buy a combine just for shits and giggles and see what happens with it. I don't know yet. We'll play that one by ear. But so I think we keep it the pause. We don't do anything. There's no change this time. It's going to be interesting in the press conference because I got a feeling that Jay Powell is going to get just burned up with questions about Trump and stuff, because Trump has made the comment that he knows more than the central bank does, and interest rates need to be dropped. And I'm sure he's putting a lot of pressure on him. So I can only imagine how this is going to go today. I got a feeling it's going to be a wild ride. Breaking news: Trump administration to revoke student visas for Hamas sympathizers. So if you are a Hamas sympathizer on campus, you're going to lose your visa, it looks like. There's been some wild stuff on these executive orders and stuff coming out. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure how much of it's actually legal. I mean, I know most of it is, but some of it, like the birthright citizenship, that was a judge put a stay on that immediately, which I think he should have. If you take away birthright citizenship, or any of us Americans, how many generations do you have to go back for that to be right? I think if you're born in America, you're American. It's my 2 cents on the deal. Not to be political, but that is what I think. So your energy, like your oil stuff's popping halfway decent here. Your banks are popping really deep. United Healthcare is down this morning. AMD green, look at that. NVIDIA down, AMD green. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. If I have, I haven't paid attention to it. MU is green. My baby Palantir is down some. Fighting back up, still at 79. We had a great entry on that, so I am A-okay with that. We got in roughly around 68 or so. So run it. What did we get in at? It was 60. I'm not opening. I'm only like 64. I'm not opening my long-term account because I don't want to see it. It keeps me from trading it and panicking and getting rid of stuff. So just don't look at it. I think Palantir is a really strong company. Not only do you have the defense part of things, but you got the AI part of things with it too. So SPY's at 60. We got to 604, not 603.95. The VIX is up 15 cents. So you're not seeing a lot of anything really. ES, we're down $7.75, and NQ you're down like $28. So 0.14%, 0.1% on those two bad boys. All right, let's get back to looking at our 10-minute chart over here on ES. I do like to scroll through some different things and see what's happening. I like it a lot. Put premiums popping again. Volume had turned up, turned back down. Call premium has turned down on SPY. Holdings is still going very positive. Put premiums are above call premiums, but the volume is above 50,000. General market tide, we are looking at, wow, looks like call premiums are fixing to go above put premiums on general market tide, or they could do the fake out we normally get. And then the volume is green to plus 200,000 or so. So Everything is kind of saying that this is going to be a pullback here. CBD is 2,300. SPY, the one we actually trade, it is showing a big drop in volume here and a very decent spike in put premium and a very decent drop in call premium while you're seeing the move. See if this levels out down here if it drops down. I'm not seeing any news that could be causing this big drop. We are getting set up for the candle by candle to the downside. If we do take another trade, we're going to move our stop pretty tight, and if it stops us out, we will call it a day on these combines. And like I said, I don't know about these XFAs, if we're going to trade those or not. Hadn't really seen a reason to trade them yet, to be honest with you. Let's see. Let me go back over here to Top Step dashboard and see what they're doing with my stuff. They got me all jacked up on stuff over here. They got an account closed that was actually passed, and then an account that was not passed has passed that. That's what my XFA went off of, so I don't know. They are definitely having some issues on their end this morning. Oh, it was overnight. It wasn't just this morning. It was overnight too. So it's showing. Is it showing this thing back? No, it's showing it's still closed, and it's showing that one closed. And look, I have no doubt Top Step will get all this stuff fixed. Roy, I agree with you. I think that's exactly what they should do. Roy said they should reverse all our losing trades only fair. Exactly, because the mental anguish we're going through on all this craziness we're dealing with this morning, they should definitely reverse all trades, all negative trades. That would be fine with me. I like that. That actually made my day there, Roy. Good job. I needed that this morning. I needed that. Oh, these son of a guns. The crazy thing is it's showing, so it's a status that shows closed, but then it shows trading in the dashboard part. So I don't know. Roy, I'm gonna tell you, you're not alone. We had a horrible day. I think it was Monday. But to be honest with you, what we got to do, we got to refocus, right? We got to stick to our strategy. We got to make sure that we don't go on tilt. That's kind of what we did on Monday. It kind of went crazy, went against us, and just kept doing it, doing the same thing over again. Of course, that Einstein will tell you that's a definition of insanity, right? But got to make sure that we refocus and come back stronger. So refocus and come back stronger. MicroStrategy adds another bull to its side. And yes, it's about Bitcoin. So what is MicroStrategy doing with Bitcoin? CBD's come all the way back to 1,000. It did drop closer to zero on that drop, but it is back up to 1,000 now. So if we get this candle close, candle needs to close about 83 on the 10-minute. And then that would give us a candle by candle to the downside. But we're watching for that. It's got to be 83.25. Technically, would get us the candle by candle to the downside, but we'll see where it goes. We got 3.5, right at 3.5 minutes on this candle. So we will see if we can get a trade here. If we get one, we'll take it. If not, we will call the stream a little bit early today. So I have been on here rambling to you guys for an hour. Believe that or not, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? CBD is 800 now. It's coming back down. Of course, you'd expect that on this drop. It's not really. I mean, you're not really getting much indication on much of anything here on what to do. But here we go. Let's see. We are getting a decent move now. Put premiums rising, volumes going down. Call premium is just trending sideways. Let's look at everything else. Holding. You got seeing a little drop in call premium and put premium, and a slightest little drop in volume. Let's look at market tide overall. We said they were going to cross. They did the usual. They got close and they rejected back down. Your volume's trending down. It's down to about 150,000, so about 50,000 off on volume. And then let's go back to the SPY. SPY is looking pretty weak here on the tide side of things, so we could actually get a breakdown. Very frustrating that we took a short. Should have took profits here. We were up about $600. We got greedy, held them. Like I said, if that was XFA, we would have took profits. We wouldn't let it turn red. So that's about a $1,400 swing. That's not a great swing there. So it is a combine, so we will give ourselves a little pass on that. We got very interesting. You got 75's got 300 orders. You can look down here. These orders here, these are moving. Let's go down. I want you to see these orders down at the 25 level. Boom, boom. So you got orders sitting right there at the 25 level. Does that play out? We got 50 seconds on this candle, and right now on the 10-minute chart, it is a candle by candle to the downside, but it is ever so close. Like I said, it's got to close below 84.25. Sorry, 83.25. If it closes above 83.25, I know we're talking about ticks here. So it is what it is. Sorry, guys. I'm responding to so we got the close right above it. Like one tick difference. So I'm assuming we could probably play it as a candle by candle, but we got to have something here. Maybe that 21. If it would test the 21 and reject, would probably be a good signal to go short. Or if it just goes short here. But I really wanted to test the. We're going to put an order in and let's move this back up. Ooh, we're running away from it. Man, don't you just love this? I don't like this as much. Now we're going to kill this order. Oh, I did not want to do that. Let's see, we might get an entry here. I didn't like it the way it popped back up there. So we'll look and see. Wait and see. We're right in line of where you got the 8 right here on the 10-minute. We're going to take a chance on it here anyway. This is right back where my entry was. This could stop us out. Like I said, if it breaks this, we're going to stop out anyway. So we're going to risk $400 on there. So right now we're going to move our take profit to low a day, and we'll see. But this is the last trade today on these accounts. So whatever happens on this trade is calling it a day, at least for the stream part. Call volume dropping, call premium dropping big time. Put premium dropping with it though. So CBD's 1100. Can't get the breakdown that I want to get breakdown. The entry spot could have actually been VWAP there, to be honest with you, but we get stopped out here. We're gonna call it a day. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Makes the day go by a little quicker when you get a little conversations going. That gives me actually something to talk about instead of just trying to figure out what I'm gonna ramble about for a while. Not loving this. CBD's gone to 1400 now. This is why we're not trading the XFAs this morning. And to be honest with you, we shouldn't be trading this now because we didn't wait for the proper setup here, right? We didn't get the break. We are trading counter by counter to the short side. It did come down. This thing's fixing to take us out here. If it does, which is going to do, there it is. All right, boys and girls. Well, thanks for joining my TED Talk today. We're going to call it here. Hey, seriously, probably about 115, 120, maybe 115. Gives a little time to talk about what's going on. We will. We plan on
now playing 03 Adolescence by J. Cole.
No. What are you doing? I don't know why I'm. Don't play. Anybody want to hear some J. Cole? We'll stop that. I don't know where that came from. We plan on doing this afternoon, so hopefully we can discuss what the rate was. Probably going to be a pause, and then watch it together and make fun of some of the questions asked. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here with me by myself. You made me feel a little better. Now look at this thing drop, man. I told you. I thought this daggum thing, VWAP, could have been the spot. But, hey, you live and you learn. Thank you guys for being here. We'll catch you at about 1:15 this afternoon for the FOMC press conference. Appreciate it, guys. Catch you then.